Why does making money look so damn easy for some people? Like they breathe and then the dollar sign shows up. Meanwhile, you're working your butt off and barely getting ahead. So here's the truth. It's not luck, it's habits. So in this video, I'm going to break down 7 rich people habits that change everything for me and can do for you too. The last one is the key. So let's get into it.
Made my own lane, no handouts here, vision too strong. Can't cloud it with fear, drop my past like a bad old habit. Now it's for only full speed, no static.
The first habit that rich people have is there is a definite, measurable financial plan. Most people don't have goals. I want you guys to think about this for a second. Most people don't have goals. 95% of people were drifting. And I remember when I first started my journey of me wanting to become someone challenged me. And he said, make a decision that you're going to be in the top 3% right now. And for me at the time, it was very difficult because I'm like, how can I be there when I'm literally at the lowest point in my life, went through a divorce, single mom, I don't have any money. How do I get my life together? But the key is to make that decision. Then you come out with a definite, measurable financial plan. How you do that is you definitely want to look at the life that you will love, look at the lifestyle, how you like to be travel, who you want to be taken care of. And at the beginning, depends on where you're at in life, it may seem very scary to you. But the thing is, at least you have a clear picture. Van Gogh, he sees it in his mind before he paints, and that's what we're doing. We want to see it in your mind before we start to create. So for me, I look at, okay, I want to make sure that my kids are in a safe home. I want to make sure that they had good childhood memories. And I want to make sure that we're able to travel around the world. So based on all that and the lifestyle that I want, I started to come up with a plan. And this is where you're becoming the producer of your own movie. You know, if you don't know, I came from the film industry and now I get to help you, people like you and myself, be my own director, writer, casting director, and now we're producing our own movie. So you come up with a budget. What would that look like? Do you want to travel in business class? Do you want to travel in first class? What kind of clothes do you want to be wearing? What kind of meals do you want to be having? What kind of trips do you want to be taking? Where do you want to be living? So once you can see a clear visual of that, then you start to break it down. And you do want to break it down so at least you know what your financial goal is and you break it into steps to achieve it. So because we're talking about the rich people habit, that's how you come out with a definite, measurable financial goal. The second habit, they take action immediately. They take action, they're focused, they're determined. They're taking action based on their goal. They are inspired with whatever they want in their life. They're not letting other people's opinion affect them. They are not letting other people tell them what they can do or waiting for other people's approval. They're taking actions immediately and they're willing to make the mistakes because it's not about right or wrong. It's about doing whatever it takes and learn from every mistake so you become strong and resilient to grow into your goal. The third one, constantly thinking of new revenue sources of income. So this one was a game changer for me. I was taught to go to school, get a job, and I only thought of one source of income, which is my job. But what I have learned is wealthy people, they have multiple sources of income and they're always thinking about a new source of income. But this is one thing I want to caution you because the people that are listening and watching this video, you may be at different places in your life. If you already established in a certain area and you have a certain specialty, it's easier to come out with more sources of income. If you're just starting out, I would say focus on one thing and be very good at it. If you're doing 10 sources of income, usually that just doesn't come through. Right? Warren Buffett, he says he always has 10 goals, but he works on 1, 2, 3 at a time. So you want to be focused on whatever you're establishing. There is a foundation and you keep growing it. Another way to look at it is if you're a business owner, or if you're an entrepreneur like myself, then whatever business that you're building, you could develop multiple streams of incomes from there. So intellectual property is a great way to scale on different streams of income. You have brands, you have different distribution outlets. You can sell products in there. So there's so many ways to monetize that, but that's a way of thinking. Okay. So constantly thinking about new sources of income. The fourth one, They mix with successful people. This is a great opportunity for you to think about, who are you hanging out right now? How are you spending your time? Are you talking about what's going on Netflix and these TV dramas and gossip? Or are you mixing with people that have a goal and have a vision that they are achieving for themselves? I like to hang out with people that are a lot smarter than me and a lot more successful than me and a lot more richer than me. Because guess what? If they're up there and I'm hanging out with them, I'm heading there too. People that you hang around with will very easily influence you. And this is the one thing that I've learned. Some people, $1 million may feel like it's a lot of money. For some people, it's not. Why is that? So what kind of people are you hanging out with? Mix with successful people. The fifth habit, they have a program that they study together. So this one I actually learned from Bob Proctor, and Robert Kiyosaki also mentioned this too. So essentially is having a mastermind. You guys could be studying a program together. You guys could be getting together. But when you guys come together in that program, you guys are brainstorming ideas. You guys are elevating each other. So in many ways, you're also mixing with successful people, because content, there's many different kinds. You could watch content to educate yourself, which is what you're watching right here. Or you can watch content to entertain. The people that are growing they recognize that they are in the school of life. They are very humble. They're always learning from the people around them, and they're growing together. I've hosted my own mastermind. Every single time I do it, me and the community, we all elevate together. So find yourself a good program and with great people to study together so you can rise together. The sixth one, they listen with emotions. They listen with their heart. I remember when I was in the film business, I worked with a lot of talents, a lot of A-list celebrities. The people that are on the top that I've worked with that were so nice, they remember my name. They treat me as a normal human being, not just someone that works on the project. They listen to you and they ask you questions, and they're really learning. It's something so simple, but yet so wonderful, because everyone just wants to be heard. I mean, have you ever sit across someone that you're talking to them and they're clearly just like, and then it's like going over their head? I have. And it doesn't feel good. It feels like you're being belittled. And at one point, you're just like, okay, you're not listening. If you don't like to be treated that way, don't treat people like that. And think about the times when people really heard you. How did you feel about that person? This person became so awesome. You start to develop loyalty. You want to help them as well. This is a big habit change that I'm still working on, which is listen with emotions and listen with your heart. The seventh one, the last one, and this is the one I think is the most important. They expect to be successful. They expect to be rich. When you expect to be successful and you expect to be rich, you know what you're doing? You're making that decision. You're going to find a way to make it happen. Sure, you're going to fall, but you're going to rise. And that's just a part of the process. So you got to expect to make it happen. But you got to do it for you. When you expect for things to happen, that's when things will start to change. And that's how you will alter your attitude towards your attitude looking at the situation. Remember, if you quit on something, if you quit on yourself, the chances for you to succeed or achieve is zero. But if you keep going and you're in this process and you persevere, you have a chance. That chance is going to be up to you. Now we just went over the 7 rich people habit. One thing that would be great for you is to look at your own habits, study yourself, make those changes today. And you just have to work on it. Be better 1% every single day. Okay? Don't feel like you have to change overnight. This is a process. Nothing has to be perfect. That's why it's messy action. And if you take this action 1% every day for 365 days, after 1 year, you're going to be 365% elevated than you are today. If you got value from today's episode, it will mean the world if you share it with a friend who needs to hear this. My mission is to grow with you from 0 to 100 so we can all create our own overnight success. Make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with me on social at Miss Lillian Victoria. And I'll see you in the next episode.